Only been a few hours, but it felt like days. Only been days, but it felt like months. Been gone for a year, only know like once. Life moves fast when you do what you want.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Dream Bigger, Live Larger podcast. I am your host, Adeline Lys, and today we will be talking about stop moving out of desperation, okay? And making sure that certain people no longer have access to us, but just really diving deep on how to properly date and how to just maneuver in the way we should be maneuvering, okay? If you guys are interested, keep on listening and keep on watching. This is Dream Bigger, Live Larger podcast. All right, how are you beautiful people doing? Okay, summer is here. All right, the sun is shining, the heat is heating, and I hope you guys are enjoying the sun, enjoying the break, and basically just enjoying summer this year. I hope you guys are going to day parties, having brunches, having great dates, you know, just looking beautiful, glowing. The outfit is outfitting. But yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. Like, hey, it's summertime. We got to enjoy ourselves. The sun is out. Let's be outside, okay? So for this week's episode, I wanted to dive deep on moving out of desperation, all right? And making sure people don't have access to us and just understanding who we are as women and the things we go through. Things that I'm going to be sharing is like things that I've dealt with personally, things I've seen my family or my friends gone through when it comes to dating and, you know, trying to put yourself out there. And yeah, so this is what I wrote down. I said, number one, don't let your insecurities win. Sometimes we move out of desperation because we're insecure about certain things that we think will prevent us from finding the one. Whether it's our looks, things we haven't healed from, or just comparing ourselves to different women. Always remember that you will never have to change for the right person. They will accept you for who you are. As women, we have a lot of insecurities, okay? We have a lot of insecurities. And sometimes we let our insecurities win when it's time to date and when it's time to like really get to know someone. We think, you know, as soon as sometimes, I'm not saying for all women, I'm just saying for some women. Some women, we just think, including myself, that as soon as we are attracted to someone and we're connected to that person, we have to just like stop the world for that person. And we just have to give that person the full attention. And we also lose ourselves in the midst of it because it's like, okay, this person really likes me. What if I never find another person like this? And what if this and that, the third? And just, we got to stop. We have to stop and just take in all the energy and just move at a slow pace. Sometimes we really need to understand that we are just humans living in a world with many options, but we have to know how to play our cards right, okay? We need to understand that in order for us to not move in this desperation type of universe, we need to learn who we are as a person. We need to understand that we have flaws, we have things that we need to fix, we have things we need to heal from, but that doesn't mean we have to change completely for a person that might not even stick around, okay? We need to understand that we need to love ourselves first. Before we can love anyone else, we have to love and pour into ourselves first. We can't just move out into desperation thinking like, oh, this person is with me and I might not find somebody else that's willing to stick around. So let me just be with this person. No. We also need to learn how to let go. What's for us doesn't need to be forced. And I always say this in my episode. We do not need to force anything. What's for us will come naturally. Okay? Second thing I wrote down. Right? I wrote down, confidence is key, baby. Move with love and generosity. When you move with love and generosity, I keep thinking I'm pronouncing this wrong, but you guys know what I mean, okay? When you move with love and generosity and just making sure that you are comfortable with who you are, the right person will always come to you. You don't have to change, you don't have to fight, you don't have to persuade for a person to like see your worth and see who you really are. So just always keep that in mind. That's number 2. Number 3, I said stop thinking you can't find a good man or a good human, whoever you are, interested in, right? Stop thinking you can't find a good man. A good man will always be out there for you. You just have to be patient, learn from, I could say even learn from my mistakes, right? And learn from your mistakes and make sure you notice the red flags. And once you notice the red flags, please create notes in your head. Like, let those red flags be present. Like, just don't be like, oh, he's human. People do that. No, if you know you are uncomfortable with certain things, don't bypass it because you're interested in this person and you don't want this person to think less of you. No, I'm here to tell you, make note of those red flags. Because once you make notes of those red flags, you're going to sense a pattern. No one in this walking earth is perfect. No one is. But once you start seeing things for what it is and you start seeing the patterns after patterns and you just feel so uncomfortable, make note of it. And if you feel like it's a deal breaker, break that shit. Move on to the next, okay? Don't stay. Go. Okay? All right. Also, if that person is trauma dumping in the beginning stage, that is a big red flag. You do not know that person, right? You're getting to know the person. And the person is just dumping so much of their trauma onto you in the beginning stage. Please run. Please run, because that person does not need a girlfriend or a companion. That person needs a therapist. If that person is telling you the wildest stories that they've experienced in their life from the moment you guys encounter and you guys are just getting to know each other, I'm scared. Why are you telling me this so soon? Like, do you want me to stay? Like, I'm scared. Run. Because what? Like, I understand we always, find someone that we are so comfortable to talk to, but damn, I'm not ready for that, okay? Like, let's just slowly roll. It's scary out here. But yeah, like, once that person starts trauma dumping on you, it's scary. It's scary, and I'm not with it. Like, relax. I just met you. Okay? Also, I've experienced someone who trauma dumped on me from like the moment we've met. And don't get me wrong, my ditzy self was like, oh, maybe he feels, so comfortable where he can do this. And like, I'm not thinking so much of it. But then when I'm like getting to know the person, I'm like, damn, this is a lot. And it made me feel uncomfortable, but it got to the point where I wasn't comfortable to take myself out of it. Meaning, I didn't want to hurt the person's feelings. So I just stood there listening. And I'm like, damn, this is really like a lot. So yeah, don't be like your host, Adeline. Be better. Okay? Also, that was number 4. This is number 5. It doesn't matter how good the sex is. If you can't see a relationship with him, move on. Don't let physical connection blind you from actually seeing how the person is, okay? The sex could be the perfect intimacy, the feeling, the connection, everything feels so great to the point where you're blind and you cannot see the flaws and you can't see, all right, maybe this won't work out in the future because it's so good. It's so good. Relax. If you cannot see a relationship with somebody, if you're okay with just having that person as like a friends with benefits, cool. Friends with benefits, cool. If this is not for you. I'm talking about if you want a relationship with that person, but everything else is just up in flames, but the sex is so good, don't let that one thing stop you from seeing, all right, this might not work. Okay? That's all I'm trying to tell you. Also, that was number, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that was number 5. Number 6, I wrote down, learn to know your worth. It's hard dating, but sometimes it's better to be alone than to waste your time. I'm not gonna lie to you. When you learn your worth, you start seeing that no one should have that much access to you. Like, you need to learn how to limit yourself from people where you have to enjoy time for yourself. You need to enjoy time knowing who you are. And just because you're getting to know someone doesn't mean that they have all the access to you. You need to save some time for yourself. Save some time knowing you. Because if you really are just up and about in everybody else's face and you're not taking care of you, it shows. It shows tremendously. It shows. And some people don't understand that. Like, you don't want to put yourself so much out there that you're not realizing, like, hey, certain things that I'm not taking care of and I need to, because it's spilling in different areas that I'm not really comfortable with, and I need to fix that. So when it comes to that, really get it together, because just know your worth. Know what you like. Know what you need to be around. Just because it's pretty on the outside doesn't mean it's pretty on the inside and it's great for you on the inside. Know that you could date. You could get to know people, but just make sure you pour that energy into yourself too, okay? I feel like there's something like a feather on my nose. Yeah. Ooh. Right? So yeah. That was number 6. Number 7. Just because he's cute and you think you can work, like, it can work out because you've been talking with this person for a couple of months, doesn't mean he's all about you yet. I am a victim to this when it comes down to pouring into someone that I just met, because you want it to work and you see certain things, but just because you're pouring that much energy into that person doesn't mean that person is pouring that energy back to you. And sometimes it's hard to see in the beginning because it's like, you get into another person, you don't really know the person's patterns, you don't know the person's routines. So it's like, okay, maybe he's just being shy, maybe he's being this. No, take it for what it is. Take it for what it is. And if that person is not pouring the same amount of energy that you are to them, that they are to you, please be cautious. It's the beginning stages, okay? Relax. Get to know the person. Don't put all your of your eggs in one basket, because you will hurt at the end. And I'm saying this because I currently dealt with that. I put all my eggs in one basket into a person that I thought, we could get to know each other and just build something, and then it just didn't go as planned. So I'm here to tell you, move cautiously. Do not put all your eggs in one basket. Just because you think you're all into him doesn't mean that person might be all into you. So be cautious, okay? Branch out. All right, that was number 7. Number 8, I wrote, don't lose your independence because you're all tied up in that man. Never wait on a man that you're not in a relationship with. Don't be too committed quickly. Explore your options. And don't be lazy to date either. I am a lazy dater. Like, I do not date. Once I like one person, I stick to that one person. And that is the problem. That is the issue. I feel like I'm so lazy and I don't get out my comfort zone that I'm stuck in something that I should have never been in the first place. Okay? And sometimes it's like, damn, I want to find my person and I want that person to find me, but that person ain't gonna come through my window. I gotta get out there. I gotta stop being lazy. And I have to, like I just said on number 7, I have to learn that I have to weigh out my options. Stop putting my eggs in one basket. Stop putting my eggs in one basket. Stop putting my eggs in one basket. Is that what they're saying? I'm confused. Stop putting all my eggs in one basket. Yeah, there we go. That's the same. Okay, I was confused a little bit. I was talking too fast. But yeah, it's just like, when it comes down to like having your independence, make sure you know, like, hey, you're human too. Do what you need to do. Put yourself first. Always put yourself first, because one thing these men are always going to do is put themselves first. Okay? If one thing your hosts have taught you is put yourself first. Because these men don't give a damn about you. Okay? You better show up and show out for yourself and make sure that you are your number one priority. All right? Next. Don't stop doing... Oh. That is like the wrong sentence. Let me start over. Don't stop doing you. Put yourself first, because like I said, these men will always put themselves first. Right? Stop letting these men have access to you. And I'm not just talking sexually, but your time. Your time is very important. Do not waste your time. Like I said earlier, access is important, but not each and every single person should have access to you. Limit your time. Limit the way you talk to people. And just like, yeah. So I kind of said this already. Number 10. It's okay to get to know people, but it's also okay not to think you need men around. So that's all about moving in desperation too. You don't want to move so much in desperation that you need a man to be around. Like, you ever seen that friend that as soon as y'all go outside, they just looking for the men. They just looking to see what type of man is going to pay for the bills. Like, girl, you do not need men around. It is such peace, okay? Peaceful when they're not around. So just stop moving in desperation like you need a man to be around you, to feel validated, to feel secure, to feel... Girl, start pouring more of that energy into yourself. Because once you start doing that, you're going to be so needy until a point where it has to be like a man must be around you for you to be secured and just being out there. Stop. Don't do it. Just stop. You do not need them to be around for you to, like, basically for them to give you compliments, tell you how beautiful you are, or girl, just stop. Okay? Relax. Learn how to be alone. All right? And last thing I want to say is stop looking for a man. Let a man find you. And don't get too hype once you find that person. Play your cards right. Let me say something. We need to be like, I'm looking for a man, 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 I'm looking for a man. We need to stop doing that. I need to stop doing that. No. I need to stop doing that. Because when I say I'm looking, I attract the wrong ones. I ain't looking no more. Whoever finds me, finds me. But me, I'm not on a hunt. I'm not a hunter. I'm not going to sit here looking for men and looking to see where's my next boyfriend. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to move out of desperation and attract the wrong guy and I'm going to be stuck. I'm not going to do that. So the universe, I'm not looking, but whoever wants to find me, find me. I'm always going to be open, but I'm not looking. Okay. So that is it for this week's episode. I want this week's episode to really be an episode where we understand that we're getting older. Well, I can't say we. I don't know how many people are listening and your ages, but it's just, we have to learn how sometimes we don't need certain energies around us. We don't need to move out of desperation because of our insecurities. And we need to be okay with who we are as a person. So yeah, that is it for this week's episode. You know, we're coming towards the solution part. I wrote down dream. Desperation is not a great look. Move with confidence and understand that you are human. We all have flaws, but don't waste your time Okay? Don't waste your time. Just understand that you just need to be alone. Live. Girl, enjoy your life, but don't be so restricted. Get to know people, but also take care of yourself. Okay? Yeah. That is it in this week's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next episode. Love you guys. Bye.